What's up, Dice Crew? We got 600 weighing in on Snoopy Badass, and let's see what all 600 got to say about Snoopy Badass. I'm gonna keep it a Benji for y'all doing the reaction. Y'all keep it a Benji for me in the comments. Let's rock.
First, who got that Snoopy paperwork? I gotta do some research. Now, from social media stuff that's already out there, on No Jumper, he never denied he snitched. Right? Actually admitted he snitched. Recently, he said he didn't snitch on dude, and the statement he made helped dude out. He got less time because of his help, not more time. Right? Now, the rules are no statements, no talking, no taking a stand, under no circumstances. Those are the rules. But those rules are applied and set because gangbangers are dumb. And you have to be dumb to be a gangbanger, just what it is. So, they put those rules in place to protect the thugs because they know they're going to say the wrong thing.
Now, 600 delivery is, a different type of format. That's just the way he trying to deliver it. But from what I gather on what he's saying, I kind of want to translate that to a different format, For the most part, it's like your average person coming from the streets ain't as smart as they might think they are when it comes to the law. You might not be so knowledgeable about police tactics. You just might not be so sharp about the system itself in general. So anything you think you doing, far as like you can outsmart law enforcement, for the most part, you ain't gonna be able to do it. So it's better for you to just be quiet, don't say nothing, request your attorney, lawyer, public defender, however, and that way, you can pretty much give yourself the best chance. Because the way that law system works is that people get twisted up all the time. Some people actually, do a lot of foul wrongdoings on purpose, and that's, just the case. But it is situations to where some people might have thought that they was just outsmarting law enforcement or just being honest. But that still just ended up, biting them in the rear end. But let's continue.
Now, if you're smart, which is rare, in some cases, some are smart, you can talk to the police, you can make statements. Let me give you an example. If your ops shoot you in your car, okay? Instead of you snitching and saying, oh, that's from the Root Gang, they shot me, you can say, man, the aliens came out the sky and they shot in my car, bro, and I just started shooting back. You know what I'm saying? If you know what to say without implicating anyone, without telling nobody, without putting anybody at the scene of a crime, without identifying nobody, you can say that because you're not telling nobody. That's not snitching. So, but he made a statement on the aliens. You can do that. Okay? You're not going to be persecuted for that. You're not going to be crucified for that.
Now, I got to say this. 600 is 50-50. He right and he wrong. Because a lot of people don't really do the due diligence to kind of fulfill the whole piece of evidence to help clear somebody's name. So people might just know your name is in paperwork or your name is, up under making a statement, and they won't even really care to even see that you made a statement about aliens. You feel me? So everything 600 was just saying 2 seconds ago, it ain't about just being safe and like just in general, like saving yourself from law enforcement, but also saving yourself in the streets too. Like, you will be running around here forever trying to explain to people and show people that you just told on some aliens, but everybody wouldn't get that. And then some people will still turn around and say, man, you ain't supposed to be making statements, no matter what it is. So it is a tricky situation, you know, because you also got people that be really jealous, envious, or just, you know, if they have a dislike for you, they're gonna use any piece of anything that's kind of out of the guidelines of the code to try to ridicule you or put a politic down on you. So you got to be mindful about that, you know.
As far as what I know, without seeing the paperwork, just based on what everyone's saying and what he's saying, he made some statements and took the stand. Now, if he didn't implicate somebody who wasn't already implicated, identify somebody who wasn't identified, you know what I'm saying, get someone in some type of trouble, that can't be considered.
And you know what? Before the video end, I do gotta say this. I don't feel like you have to be dumb to be a gangbanger. You know, that's just my opinion. Now, if you're gonna be a person who participate in foolish behavior, unnecessary violence, just have any type of just rhetoric, all unnecessary, uncause for, then that will make you a dumb person in general, whether you gangbanging or not. You know, I have always been a person that say it's about what's beneficial and what can be better for you. It is individuals that, you know, being a part of the gang culture was one of the worstest things they could have ever did. Then you got certain individuals who definitely feel like being a part of the gang culture is one of the best choices they could have had. You know, some things is just so different. Some circles of individuals is different. Some areas is different. Certain sides of town is different. Different gangs and different hoods is different, and different time frames in different hoods is also different as well. So, you know, if you might be a part of this moment, you know, that might be, you know, nice, beautiful moments. You might be a part of this time frame and everything can be very ugly. But it all depends on how you feel. You know, some people feel like the culture have made them be the best person they can be for their family. You just got to really get an outlook, or not get an outlook, but you definitely just got to like kind of hear a lot of people out so you could kind of understand it. And that's why I always say you have to just know what's best for you. I'm not telling people that they should go be from gangs. I'm not telling people that they wrong if they have to be a part of it. Because some people also just don't know no better. You know, sometimes, you know, you just don't know no better, or you don't have no other options. So some people is just gonna fall victim, or maybe not even victim, but they just gonna fall and they're gonna fall in line and find themselves attached to anything that's going on in the environment. Not saying everybody does. You always got a percentage of people that, you know, can stay as far as they possibly can away from a lot of things that go on in a environment, you know. But I just want to say something on that, because I just, you know, he was kind of saying like, people, if you a gangbanger, you just dumb. And I just got a stance on that that's kind of different, or maybe more different, or however we gonna word it. But I just feel like, you know, if it benefits you, it benefits you. Like, you know, if that's the case. But like I said, if you run around here doing unnecessary things, uncalled for things, then that make you, you know, you just, that's just, it ain't gonna make sense at all for anybody. Whether you doing that for your own personal self, whether you doing that for your family, whether you doing that just cause, you know, whatever, it could be race, it could be anything, you know, just cause if you do dumb things, that make you a dumb person. And that's just the truth in the matter, you know, and that's just how it is. And you got certain situations in these streets that some people didn't even have a chance to really never not be associated or considered as a person from a certain gang anyway. You know, they might have had start getting attacked, you know, bullied, harassed, might have started taking loved ones, all because just, you know, where they parents or whatever had moved and lived at. So what else could they do but be taking the punches? You know, they can't, I mean, you know, they can do it as much as they can, but they done said they don't gangbang, or they done said they ain't from somewhere enough, and people still jumping on them just because where they live. So at that point, don't you feel like they might as well just, you know, roll with the punches and at least, you know, try to take some wins out of the situation, and just instead of just taking losses, and, you know, every time they see you, they jump on you and your friends, or take your lunch money, or whatever it may do. You know, people might not even have a chance to come back from something. You know, some people have actually been, you know, lost their lives just because where they live at and where they got to go to school at and what route they got to walk and get on the bus and all this and that. So it's many reasons, you know. But we can say also in this day and time, you know, the reasons for a person being a gangbanger is a lot more different than what it used to be 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 40 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So people got to understand that and keep that in keep that in mind too.
Snitching is when you find somebody who unidentified, you know what I'm saying, get someone in some type of trouble. That can't be considered snitching. Snitching is when you put someone in a crime, when you put someone involved in something, you identify somebody, when you say something that can help the prosecution, you know what I'm saying, get someone more charges, anything like that, you know what I'm saying, conspiracy, you say something that can add up to more stuff, you know what I'm saying, volunteering information that doesn't need to be there, you know what I'm saying. So, it just needs to be, number one, I'm just giving you an evaluation, analysis from just outside stuff going on. What I would like to do is look at the paperwork, talk to the person who was alive, who he supposedly told on, talk to Snoopy Badass about what he told on, holler at Whack about it, holler at everybody, see what's going on, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, then we can figure it out. But one thing I have not heard is nobody from his hood who really hates him come out and say he was a rat. You know what I'm saying? And that's usually where it comes from first. This is why people say, man, that's 6-0 business. That's Damu business. If they ain't saying it, we ain't gonna say it. So, you know, it all needs to come to the table. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why this is on here, because a few people been coming on my live talking about it, saying dude wanted to fight me and all this or other stuff. And all that, and all that dude, he ain't scared of me. And I've been hearing a lot, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, but let's just, like I say, this ain't no disrespect, bro. I don't mess with rats. You know what I'm saying? If he's a rat, then he can be a rat. You know what I'm saying? I will determine it. And if he ain't, he ain't. But let's just figure it out.
Now, you know, I'm kind of confused, right? The reason why I'm kind of confused is because, mind you, I didn't watch the interview with Whack 100 and Snoopy Badass. I might have caught some clips here and there or some snippets or something, but I ain't watch it. But 600 said that he watched it, and he said that Snoopy Badass pretty much said that he was a snitch on the platform. So if a person is saying that they was a snitch theyself, I mean, what do you got to do your due diligence for and try to talk? And, you know, to me, that's just trying to turn some street situations into content. You know, you get with this dude, get the paperwork, y'all reading stuff out, whatever. You know, that'd be a good content piece. You could probably stretch that out for a week or something. Maybe a month. Depends on how many, you know, people is tuning in and they interested in it. But, I mean, I still understand that if you want to run a serious politic, it's always good to get the facts, you know, before you just talk about a person or label a person without getting the facts. But like I said, I was a little confused because, you know, if you watch the person get on the platform and don't deny snitching and confirm being a snitch, I mean, hey, you know, what else do I need to, you know, I don't want to really waste my time or my finance or research or gas or whatever I got to waste just to even get that type of paperwork. But if that's what 600 want to do, you know, he's more than welcome to he's entitled to do it. And we gonna see what happens. You know, maybe he'll get that paperwork and they'll speak on it, or maybe they don't.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we back on the West Coast.